you don't have anything interesting or funny to say, then listen and shut up.
I did it again. I did it again. はい、皆さんこんにちは。同時通訳者の小熊弥生と
デビットです。
デイビッドさん、スイス銀行の最高財務責任者を11年も務めていたにもかかわらず、He's got a great sense of humor。そういうギャップですよね。なんであるのかということを今日はインタビューしていきたいというふうに思います。Okay, so tell me, when did you exactly develop your sense of humor?
I always was developing it because my parents, I think, always had a good sense of humor. So I always saw what it took or what it meant to have a good sense of humor growing up. But I don't think I actually ever really felt confident. I felt there was a certain sense of confidence and experience I had to have. And so it wasn't until maybe after I became 40 years old that I started to feel confident. Yeah, about speaking up in front of people and actually making jokes in meetings.
I never heard this before.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I think it was more of a leadership sense of humor. I think there's a difference between being somebody who everybody gets along with and having a good personality.
Then before you hit the 40s, what was your personality like?
I think it was the same, but it wasn't as outspoken. But I think I always was very good at surviving with the personality because of sports.
Oh, I see.
So I always knew how to play a role in a team.
Any given team.
In any given team or any kind of different situation. So I always was able to read the room, understand what I could fill or what I could do as far as a role or a task that I could fill. Since I was always very good at that, I always survived any environments, as well as my parents having a good sense of humor. So I always had a little bit of that, but it didn't become more of a command the room type of sense of humor until after 40.
Wow. What was it that helped you got the very important title of CFO besides luck? Because, you were lucky, yeah. But I think, there is more than that.
Yeah, I was always on an interview with growing up with my father. So it was always something where I knew that he had certain expectations or boundaries and I was supposed to talk in a certain way. I watched my father do the same thing and how I would be able to indirectly see how people were impressed with him. So I understood that indirectly by observing that my whole life.
And you applied that as soon as you got a job?
Well, yeah, I mean, I didn't know it any other way.
Oh, I see. Right. So that sense of humor is packaged in that, the whole thing.
Exactly. And my father always said to me growing up, if you don't have anything interesting or funny to say, then listen and shut up.
Knowing who he is, that's very interesting. And then I have interviewed him, so if you're interested in what he's like, he's a professor and also a very successful IT salesperson, being very tall, handsome, impressive presence. Well-spoken. Sounds intimidating just saying all those traits about him.
Right. Yes, I think a lot of it was a development from him. He taught me how to dress and dress for interviews when I was 10 years old.
Early education, though.
Right? That also helped me understand who I should be when I started companies. Going through that process with my dad at such a young age, I was able to recognize who I should become close to and not close to. Because my dad taught me how to dress.
And that appearance kept the certain groups of people at bay, right? And attracted the right kind of people into your life.
Exactly.
Oh my God. So you were molded into a successful figure or path early on.
Exactly.
Automatically. I don't know whether it was intentional on his part or...
I think so.
Yeah, right?
Definitely.
Wow. So impressed with him now, even more so.
So I think it was a development. He kind of put me on that track to be successful, but it still meant I needed to go through those experiences and learn And I think that at the right time, I think that being humble at the beginning of your career is very important.
No, even now, I
Right.
think you're very, not necessarily humble, but I see your tips of your arrogance once in a while. But you are grateful. You are so appreciative, right? I think that creates this environment where I can thrive around you. And I'm sure any of your past employers must have felt the same about you. So then I want to ask you, and I'm sure the audience would like to know what kind of dress rules he gave you.
So first of all, my clothes always had to be ironed. My shirts always had to be pressed. My shirts were always had to be heavy starch.
Mm-hmm.
My pants always had to have a crease.
Mm-hmm.
You see the crease here?
Yeah.
And I always had to have them fitted, so they had to be 2 centimeters off the back of my heel from the floor. And
Wow.
the front of the pants had to have a small fold.
That's very, very easy to
Right.
follow.
My shirts had to be tucked in military style, so that meant there could be no wrinkles in front. So I had to pull it back so all of the wrinkles were in the back, because you cannot have any wrinkles up front. And then he taught me how to tuck in my shirt. So the way you tuck in your shirt, this is not to be rude or anything. First put your shirt in, then you zip down your pants. You stick your hand in and you pull your shirt down. Right? So you have no wrinkles in front, and then you zip your pants back out.
Thanks for the demonstration. I don't know, that might be violating the YouTube rule, so I don't know if we have to edit it out or not.
But I keep, you keep the pants buttoned, right? So it's just about the zipper.
Yeah, but the AI can, detect it as
Exactly.
obscene.
But it's not obscene because I'm trying to look proper.
I know. But I'm talking about the process,
Yeah. And then shirts were always easy order, and I always had to get heavy starch.
Okay, great. That's a very, very concrete,
Detailed.
detailed demonstration plus explanation description. That's okay. And also how to talk, did he also tell you how to?
I think this is where sports also helped. Was that you learned how to play a role, how to adjust to different people's personalities and skill sets. My dad pushed sports, so in a lot of sense my dad was the source, but I think that he knew that sports was the way to succeed as a team.
I see.
Right? And be a leader. Right? So sports really provide you with the fact that, friendships, also enemies and locker room talk, that's how you get along, and it helps you develop relationships. And so a lot of my job towards the end was how I developed relationships with CEOs and presidents of companies. And a lot of it was locker room talk.
Do you want to give them tips that they can take away? I want to take away too.
I think some of the tips is getting verbal cues from presidents, meaning if you get to the point where the president is actually maybe picking on you, in some sense, based on the tone, that means they actually like you. You also understand that not everybody wants to be talking about what they're doing every day. So I always made a point of, when I did have meetings, that I'd get a feel for they didn't really want to talk about work, so that I could understand how to kind of formulate our meetings. Also, the other thing you have to do, I think, is really understand the network of leadership and who influences who at a company. So one of the things my dad taught me too was to create an org chart, and you map out who works for who, but then also who actually has emotional influence over other people.
So I also would like to receive some feedback about my company compared with any other big companies that you worked for. What are the differences? What are the good things about my company?
Okay.
It's a self-promotional question.
Okay.
My ego massage.
You're looking for a positive comment.
Of course.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Oh, you want it now?
Yeah.
Put me on the spot.
Yeah. Go ahead.
So I got to come up with something quick.
I did it again.
I definitely think that the similarities, though, important similarities for any successful company, is that you definitely have a guideline or a blue book for presentations, a certain style that everybody understands things need to be. I think that's very important, because through my career, I started out at this Japanese company when computers were basically just introduced into a Japanese company,
Yep.
right? And also American companies as well.
Yep.
So I saw the transition of how IT goes from the 1994 to 2024. Over 30 years, it's huge.
Yep.
Right.
Huge.
I've seen it where you didn't have guidelines on presentations and things just get haywire and there's no standardization and everybody's doing their own thing.
I see.
And the quality of your employee looks horrible. The quality of your operation looks horrible, right? And I started going to Morgan Stanley and Swiss Bank. There was very strict guidelines on this is your template, right? This is what you say. This is how you say it. You add the content, but this is the format.
Right.
And it made it more effective as far as a message. It also created structure. And the thing is that from your type of company, I wouldn't expect that. I would expect a little bit more free thinking.
Yes.
But you did have that structure in place, which I thought was very valuable in maintaining order.
Yep.
In your
Yeah,
company.
I need to put more templates in all of the education system too.
And I think it also translates into your clients as well, because then there's no different interpretation of your message.
Yeah, that's
Right.
so true.
So that was the biggest thing.
Okay, thank you. I learned a lot from this interview too. Do you have anything to
Everybody needs to realize that you need to really learn how to be involved in a team. As much as Yayoi preaches, love yourself and be a leader and drive yourself. To be successful, you really have to learn how to work with others and understand how to lead others, understand how to play a role in a team, and understand that that's how you actually succeed in life. Your network and how you can work with people and how you can be present with other people and how your relationships can benefit both of you in the future.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I learned probably the most out of this. 先生、ありがとうございます。
See? Always when you least expect it.
Exactly. はい。ということで、スイス銀行ってね、世界のトップ銀行だったわけですから、そこで最高財務責任者というね、肩書きの中で11年、日本というね、国だったとしても、そこにいられるというのは、やっぱり本当に奇跡だなと思いますので、そのような方から貴重な学びを得られたこと、私も光栄です。Thank you so much.
Thank you.
これからも末永くよろしくお願いします。はい、ということで皆さんいかがだったでしょうか。なかなか聞けないコーポレートっていう企業の中のね、階段を上り詰めた人からのアドバイス聞くと皆さんにも役立つんじゃないかなと思いますので、英語のね、表現もたくさんここから学んでいっていただければと思います。Thank you guys for watching.
Thank you.